Welcome. I'm Sharon, and today we're going to talk about essential oils and babies, how you can use essential oils and natural plant-based products to create a better environment for your home and for your precious little ones. This message is good for moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, everyone, babysitters. So let's get started. We're going to cover why so many families are moving to plant-based wellness these days. I read recently where in the United States, even with the economic pressures that we have going on right now, one of the fastest growing markets is health and wellness. So people are more in tune, more concerned about their health and wellness today, and they're willing to invest in it. Natural is always better than synthetic, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. We're going to talk about the importance of clean ingredients in your home and give you some simple steps that you can take to create a natural home. And finally, we're going to talk about your own self-care because that is so important. First of all, I'd like to share with you some facts, and they may be disturbing, but hang in there because toward the end, we're going to give you some solutions as well. There was a study conducted by the Environmental Working Group in the United States with some newborn babies, and they detected 287 chemicals in the umbilical cord blood of those newborn babies. Of those 287 chemicals, 180 are known to cause cancer, 217 are toxic to the brain and the nervous system, 208 are linked to birth defects and abnormal development. That's even before babies are born, they're exposed to these things. Now, after they're born, they continue to get exposed to thousands of chemicals every single day. Synthetic fragrances, parabens, phthalates, petroleum derivatives. And I'll add a link where you can download my list of common harmful ingredients in baby products to help you identify these ingredients that you don't want to put on your baby and use around your baby. Babies absorb more through their tender skin than we do as adults. Their skin is 20 to 30% thinner than ours. It's not yet fully developed. It holds more water and therefore is more permeable, and they have a higher surface area to body weight than we do. Their detox pathways are still developing, the liver, the kidneys, the lymphatic. And so these systems that are getting overloaded with harsh, harmful chemicals still simply just cannot perform the way they're supposed to because they're still developing and they're being flooded with these harsh, harmful chemicals. Babies' brains and nervous systems are still developing, and that makes them more sensitive to exposure to outside sources. The blood-brain barrier is not fully developed, so more substances can pass from the blood into the baby's tiny little brains that are still developing. Neurotoxins have a bigger impact for that reason. Even smaller exposures can have larger impact. Did you know that today we are exposed, as adults, we are exposed to more harsh, harmful chemicals, toxic chemicals in one day that our forefathers were in their entire lifetime. And our babies are getting that exposure too. Our nervous systems regulate everything, our sleep cycles, our digestion, our mood and stress response and more. And the baby's nervous system is still developing. We don't want to bombard it with chemicals, ingredients that are going to impact the developing process. So why are families choosing plant-based wellness today? There's an increased awareness, like I said, and there's a long-term health mindset that's overtaking us, and that's a very good thing. We want to reduce exposure to unhealthy ingredients because we're getting better understanding about the harm of this exposure. We want to support our babies naturally. We want safer, simpler choices, and we want to create a cleaner, safer environment for everyone, including our babies. So what are the benefits of switching from synthetic products to plant-based products? First of all, we need to understand that there's transparency when we are using plants and plant-based products. For synthetic, commercially created and sold products that have synthetic ingredients, the laws and regulations of our country don't require that all of the ingredients be disclosed. For example, they can simply put fragrance on the label of the ingredients, and you have no idea what chemicals were included in the creation of that synthetic fragrance. It could be hundreds of chemicals. Each one chemical might be harmful, but when you put them all together, you're creating a whole new toxic soup, so to speak, that may not have even been studied yet for its safety. Proprietary formulas are also protected by law, so they don't need to include the ingredients in those proprietary formulas. Plants, on the other hand, scientists have studied the plants. They have libraries that identify exactly all of the chemical constituents that are in each plant, like lavender, peppermint, frankincense, what have you, lemongrass. And they can readily tell if something has been added is there that's not supposed to, like a pesticide or herbicide, or if something has been taken away. Plant-based has a huge impact on developing systems. It supports those developing systems rather than challenges them. It affects how our skin is absorbed. The Creator created the plants, the trees, and the grasses for our benefit. The cells of our body recognize the molecules in the plants and the trees and the grasses and their essential oils. And so our skins can absorb them and the body knows what to do with them. They're not foreign substances. Plant-based improves air quality and helps with our breathing. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. It also supports long-term health and wellness. It's simpler, and because so many times the plants have multiple uses. Here's an example. Lavender, for example, is very calming. The aroma of lavender is very calming. Lavender essential oil on the skin is very soothing to any discomfort. Lavender also helps us sleep. So one product can be used for multiple purposes. That makes it more economical as well as simpler. And when we use plant-based products, we feel empowered. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing, using the plants that were created for our purposes. And that gives us confidence as parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, babysitters, friends. Plant-based supports simple options that work with developing systems, not against them. So why do clean ingredients matter? Well, think about where your baby spends so much time. They live basically on the floor a lot of times. They're low to the ground. They crawl, they roll, they play, they drool, they slobber, they pick up things, they put it in their mouth. They touch surfaces that have been cleaned with those harsh, harmful chemicals. That constant exposure adds up. The air they breathe, the skin, what touches their skin, the surfaces that they touch themselves. Did you know that the air inside your home can be even more polluted than the air outside, even if you live in a big city? That's because, first of all, our homes are built tighter these days than they used to in olden times. We have heating and air conditioning, so we tend to keep them closed up. We don't open the windows and let air in. We use cleaning products that are loaded with harsh, harmful chemicals. We use personal care products, the shampoos, the lotions, the creams, the sprays, the deodorants, the things we put on our body before we even go to breakfast are loaded with chemicals, ingredients that we do not want to put on our body because they're not healthy. And we don't understand that. What we put on our body gets absorbed not only by us, but also by our babies as we hold and cuddle them. And so many of the things in our homes now have off-gassing. The materials that the homes were made with, the carpets, the fabrics, everything in the home can work against creating a natural, healthy environment. So here's a really important thing to remember. If you just take away one thing from this little chat today, you are the gatekeeper of your home. Just like you decide what people you let in your home, you wouldn't let an unsavory, questionable character in your home that would threaten the health and safety of your loved ones. You are the gatekeeper of what products you allow into your home, the home where your baby spends most of his or her time. So what are some things that you can do to make your home a natural haven? A haven for all who enter and all who live there. First and foremost, read the ingredient labels. Don't stop at the front label where it says all natural, 100% pure, green. Don't read that part. Turn the product around and read the ingredients. If you don't recognize the ingredients, look them up. Do your own research. Ask someone that you trust who knows what is in this product. You are the gatekeeper. Switch to plant-based cleaners for your home. This is probably the best decision I ever made. When I used to clean our home, I would sneeze and wheeze and cough and itch for hours afterwards. When I switched to plant-based cleaners, I don't have that problem now at all. My breathing is so much better. And our home, I know, is cleaner and it smells amazing. Replace those personal care products that are loaded with ingredients that disrupt our hormones, that cause headaches, digestive issues, skin issues, respiratory issues. Get rid of them and replace them with natural ones. That's another huge decision that we made in our home that made such a difference. And you can diffuse essential oils throughout your home. That's probably the safest, quickest, easiest change to make. However, when you select essential oils to diffuse or to use topically, know your source. Please do not buy essential oils at the checkout line in your box store. You don't know what's in those oils. And they can label them 100% pure, and they could have something taken out that was in the plant that is necessary to be there for your health and well-being, or added something to preserve it that you don't want. So why are essential oils an answer? I will tell you, I've been using them for over 20 years. They have changed my life, truly. What are they? Essential oils are the concentrated plant extracts. We call it the plant juice, the juice that the plant makes. In the plant, that oil that's in the plant, that the plant produces, protects the plant from diseases, and from outside invaders, from the harsh environment, and helps the plant reproduce. So they can do the same thing for us when we use them properly and we use pure essential oils. Now, how do we get these oils out of the plant? Well, they're distilled from the flowers, the trees, the barks, the roots, the grasses. The scientists that know what they're doing know which part of the plant produces the best essential oil. They know how to distill the plant material to get the best essential oil. Distill at what temperature, for what amount of time, at what pressure. It's different for each plant, and this is critically important. Now, citrus oils are generally not distilled because they're too tender to go through the distillation process, so they're cold pressed. But that expresses the oil, and those citrus oils are beautiful oils to have in your home. They're very uplifting, they're very cleansing, they're just wonderful oils. Essential oils have been used for centuries by almost every civilization known to man. Remember, frankincense and myrrh were gifts to the baby Jesus. There are more biblical references to essential oils, including some specific recipes that are given in the Bible for oils. Traditional Chinese medicine, Native Americans, and every civilization have left us records that they use essential oils. They understand the benefit of using the plants for our health and wellness. Now, essential oils can be used 3 different ways. Topically, that means put them on our skin. Aromatically, breathe them into our olfactory system. And when we're using pure essential oils, we can take them internally if we're teens and adults. We don't give babies essential oils internally. So let's talk about how we use the essential oils with our babies. I can't stress enough the importance of purity and knowing your source. Questions to ask before a company, before you invest in their oils. Do you grow your own plants? Do you own your own farms? Do you distill your own oils? How much testing do you do? Do you have scientists on site that do testing throughout the process? Do you do third-party testing? Do you control the process from the beginning of the selection of the seed to when the top is put on the bottle? That is critically important because only then will you know that you have an essential, 100% pure essential oil. So once you have selected that pure oil, how do you use it with your baby? Well, if you're going to use it topically, putting it on their skin, which you can do from birth to about 3 months, you want to dilute it with a carrier oil. Now, a carrier oil is a massage oil. Make sure that it's organic because you don't want any harsh, harmful chemicals, preservatives, or herbicides, pesticides added to that you're going to mix and put on your baby. But a carrier oil is something like olive oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, avocado seed oil, those types of oils. They're greasy. Essential oils are not greasy. And they slow down the absorption rate of the essential oil. That's why we dilute them. So you would use about 1 drop of essential oil to about 3 or 4 drops of carrier oil for a newborn baby up to about 3 months. Now, as the mom, you know your baby best. So if you want to dilute it more, 1 to 5, feel free to do that. If your baby's tiny, if your baby's very sensitive, seems very sensitive, their skin, if it's very sensitive, you might want to dilute it a little more. Once your baby's 3 months to up to about age 2, you can change that dilution to 1 drop of essential oil to 2 drops of carrier oil, or even 2 drops of essential oil to 1 drop of carrier oil. And as your baby grows and gets used to the oils and you understand how they respond to them, you could use the oil neat, some of the oils neat, which means undiluted. It's all your choice. And we are here to help you decide when and how to dilute the oils. Now, where do we put the oils on our baby? We want to avoid the hands, the face, the eyes, the ears, because they put their hands in their mouth a lot. Some babies, most babies put their feet in their mouth. So if you want to put them on the feet, I would put them on the heel or the back of the heel. I've never seen a baby put the heel in their mouth, but if you have one that does, you might want to put it on the back of his or her neck, put it on the top of the head, just put like 1 drop of essential oil and 1 or 2 drops of carrier oil and just touch their little head and rub it in that way. You could also put it down their spine, put the essential oils diluted down their spine. And if you put them on your chest, that's a great way to help, have breathing comfort. You can put it on the front or the back of the chest over the lung area. Make sure that you do dilute them well for that because it's getting closer to the baby's nose and generally the skin on the trunk is a little bit more tender. Now you can also diffuse oils. That's how we use them aromatically. Smell the oils and get the molecules in through our olfactory system. It's 100% safe, 100% okay when you use them appropriately. You'll want to use a cold air diffuser. Diffuse for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You can adjust it less or more based on the size of your room, the age of your baby, and how your baby responds. Again, based on the size of your diffuser, how much water it takes, and the size of the room, you would want to put 2, 4, 6, 8 drops of essential oil into the water reservoir with the water, and then turn on the diffuser. Always use your diffuser in a well-ventilated room. Keep the doors open. And always, you don't want to put it right next to the baby. Put it somewhere in the room where the baby is. Watch your baby. Observe your baby, anyone that you're using essential oils with, and see how they respond. That will tell you so much about how the oils work. If you have an agitated baby, a very active baby that you're trying to calm down, and you diffuse some lavender or you put a little diluted lavender on the bottoms of their feet or the back of their shoulders, you will probably be amazed at how quickly they just calm down and probably go right to sleep. So what oils do you use on your baby? These are not just the only oils. They're not all inclusive, but ones that I would prefer to use if I had a little baby would be lavender. We call lavender the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. And that's because it's good for everything. It helps us sleep. It helps us calm down. It soothes our skin discomfort. It just smells amazing. It makes our home smell like a spa. Roman chamomile is another very gentle, calming oil that helps calm babies down, and moms too. Frankincense. We say, when in doubt, bring Frank out. Frankincense is a very gentle oil. It's good for so many things. Cedarwood is another oil that's great for calming and sleeping. It's also good for parents, the cognitive process. Just put a little on your temples or just smell it. Clears up your thinking. Now, these are single oils. There are some blends that have more than one single oil in them that this company that I work with and have worked with over 20 years, Young Living, has created these blends specifically to use for babies. Now, older people can use them too, but they're already pre-diluted and safe for babies. It's called Gentle Baby. It smells amazing. It helps your baby calm down. Seedlings Calm. Seedlings is the product line specifically developed for babies. And the Calm is the essential oil blend. Again, very calming. I like to put Gentle Baby on my dryer balls. Please don't use dryer sheets. They are loaded with harsh, harmful chemicals that disrupt hormones and do other unwanted things. You can get wool dryer balls or just use a damp washcloth. Put a couple drops of essential oil on it, throw it in your dryer, and your clothes will smell wonderful. Remember, more oil does not necessarily mean better results. Go low, start slow, and observe how your baby responds to the oils. A tiny, well-diluted amount of essential oil is exactly what their little bodies need. Now, I mentioned the Seedlings product line. These are the products that are currently available. They're specially formulated for babies. They're safe to use. You don't have to worry about diluting them more. They're designed for their delicate, developing skin. They include gentle essential oils, some of the ones we've mentioned, in pre-diluted amounts, again, so you don't have to dilute it additionally. Takes out the guesswork and gives you confidence. They're always, like with every product from this company, Young Living, they're free from harsh, harmful ingredients, and they help support that bonding process and build your confidence in using them. There's baby oil, there's baby lotion, there's diaper rash cream. I will tell you, I had a young mother who had a baby who had such terrible diaper rash that he had been given prescription after prescription. It was to the point that his little behind was bleeding, and she would use the prescription, and once she'd stop, it would come back with a vengeance. I gave her some of the Seedlings diaper rash cream, and within a number of days, the diaper rash completely disappeared and it never came back. These products are amazing. There's also Tender Tush. That too can be used on their little tush, but it's a very moisturizing, lubricating ointment that you can put anywhere because it moisturizes baby's skin. It's also good for adults too. There's a linen spray that you can spray lightly over their bedding or their clothing that helps just calm them down. There's tremendous baby wipes. Those wipes that you get that have antibacterial stuff in them and all kinds of ingredients, you don't want to use those. Not on your baby's skin, not on your skin. These Seedling baby wipes are gentle. You can wash faces, everything from faces to bottoms. And here's a tip. They make great dryer sheets too. So if you don't have dryer balls and you want to switch, you throw a dryer Seedlings baby wipe in your dryer with your clothes. And then once that aroma disappears, you can add some more oils to it. And there's the baby wash and shampoo that's great for keeping the baby's skin clean. All of these products are in the Seedlings line, and they're specifically formulated for your precious little baby. Now let's talk about self-care for moms, because moms often forget about themselves. They're so busy taking care of everybody else and taking care of everything that needs to be done. Remember, a regulated mom helps regulate the baby. A calm mom helps have a calm baby. So you yourself want to avoid products that contain those harsh, harmful ingredients. The makeup, the personal care products that you use, the perfumes that you use, the cleaning products you use. You want to get rid of those things that have those ingredients, because as you cuddle with your baby is breathing and touching those ingredients, the residue of those ingredients. Some great essential oils. Again, this is not all inclusive, but there's a blend called Stress Away. It's got vanilla in it. It's so soothing. and relaxing. And you can inhale it, you can diffuse it, you can apply it topically. It also comes in a roll-on, so that if you don't want to get the oils on your hands because you're sewing or cooking or playing with your baby, you could just roll it on. There's another blend called Release, helps you get rid of that stress and the fear and the anger and the frustration that it comes at us every single day. And again, you can use any of these oils topically and aromatically, diffuse them, put them on your body. There's another blend called Valor. Valor is a beautiful blend that gives us courage and helps us align our body, mind, and spirit so that we're thinking clearly and we're moving in the direction that we need to move. And of course, frankincense. When in doubt, bring Frank out. It's good for everything. Now, in order to make it easier for you to move from the harsh, harmful chemicals that you're in ingredients in the products that you're using today to a more natural approach, this company has bundled some products. So we call them bundles or collections or kits. And one of them is the Healthy Happy Home Bundle. It includes the Thieves, which is an essential oil blend that's smells amazing. It's got clove and eucalyptus and lemon and rosemary essential oil in it. It smells beautiful. It's all there. You also get a bottle of lemon oil, which is very cleansing. You get the Thieves kitchen and bath scrub, which has a little bit of grittiness to it. It's great for cleaning sinks, countertops, anything that you need just a little bit of grit to it, but it's not harmful. I've cleaned the glass cooktops with it and rubbed it gently with a little bit of water. It cleans it right up. Bathtubs, any place you need a cleanser, this is the one to use. It's made with all of these products have the Thieves essential oil in it. They smell amazing. They truly clean, and they're healthy because they're all plant-based. There's no synthetic ingredients. You get the dish soap. You keep this at your sink when you're washing your dishes. It is amazing. It's the bomb. Here's another tip. It's a great spot remover. Just put a little bit of it on something that you've dropped on your clothes or your baby's clothes, wet it, rub it, and then toss it in the washing machine. And most of the time it comes right out. You get the the highly concentrated Thieves cleaner. And that's why you get this spray bottle, because you put just one capful of this concentrated Thieves cleaner in this bottle and fill it with water. And then you can clean almost anything. You can dilute it a little bit more to make the strength a little bit more. If you're going to clean like car tires or barbecue grills, we've done that. But for most of the household cleaning, you just use one capful, so it lasts a long time. I clean everything: toilets, floors, baseboards, glass, windows. I clean the screen of my cell phone because this is probably the dirtiest thing that we can touch. So I clean the whole cell phone, put a little bit of the Thieves cleaner on a soft rag and wipe my cell phone a couple times a week. And you also get the Thieves laundry detergent. This too has no harsh, harmful ingredients. It's very concentrated. You just use one capful for a large HE tight washing machine. It's good for all washers. This is the Healthy Happy Home Kit. For those that want to start with the diffusing rather than the cleaning products, there's an Essential Solutions bundle. You receive this beautiful diffuser. You receive 4 different oils: lavender, Thieves, purification, and peppermint that you can put in the diffuser or use them topically. And you receive 2 of the roll-ons: deep relief for those tired, sore muscles from lifting baby, bending over. You just roll this on and it just soothes away that tiredness and that achiness. And you get a roll-on of the Stress Away. That's the blend that I mentioned that just kind of eases away those stresses. Takes you off to la la land. Now, if you're not interested or you're not ready to start with a bundled kit, we can help you create your first order with whatever product you want. And we'll give you a promotion code, ShareYL, that gives you an additional 10% off your first order. That makes your Healthy Happy Home bundle $108 and your Essential Solutions bundle $103.50. Okay. So let me show you. This is such a cute little video. And it just visualizes the things that I've been talking about. So there you have it. When you make that switch, when you ditch the harsh, harmful ingredients, whether you do it in a bundle or one product at a time, we're here to help you. As we end, I want to just remind you, you are the gatekeeper of your home. You know best about your precious little ones. You brought this baby into the world. You know that baby better than anybody else other than the creator. Understand that. Understand that plants and the essential oils that they produce are gifts from our creator, intended for our use, our well-being, our health and wellness. We can use them with gratitude and with confidence. When we use them appropriately, as we've discussed here, they're 100% safe. I like to say start slow and go low. Start with just one single oil or one specialized blend created for babies. 1 or 2 drops, dilute it. Observe how your baby responds. Go low, like 1 or 2 drops, and low on the body, on the bottoms of the feet, or on the knees, or the lower on the body, not on the hands or the face. Remember that essential oils are adaptogenic. That means one oil can do multiple things. If you need lavender to relax, it will help you relax. Some people use lavender sometimes, and it helps them stay energized because the molecules of the plants are bioidentical to the cells of our body. That's the way the creator intended. So use what you have with love and intention, and watch and enjoy and marvel at the results that you'll see. Finally, know that you have a community of moms who love you and who are here to help you. When you're ready to order, here's just a couple of things to remember. Notice in your order, there's a difference between price and PV, personal volume. You want to look at both, but personal volume is what we use to determine when we apply that Share YL code that I told you about to get the 10% off your first order. Your first order needs to be 50 PV or more. You use it on the checkout screen for the permanent code, and you'll see that amount click off. On your order, any order, consider using the loyalty option. It's a subscription program. You can change it at any time. You don't have to order every month. You can opt out whenever you want. But for each order that's 50 PV or more, you will earn rewards points at the rate of 10% of your PV the first 3 months, 20% from months 4 to 24, and 25% in rewards points after 2 years. You can redeem up to 375 PV in products a month as you accumulate them, and you only need to pay shipping. So I say you use your rewards points as Young Living cash. This allows you to ditch and switch, ditch those harsh, harmful products that have chemicals that you don't want in your home and switch to plant-based ones that you do want in your home. You can do it at your own pace. Here's my link. When you use my link as a referral, I'd be so grateful, and I will add you to my exclusive educational group. We have Zooms, we have workshops, we have a YouTube channel, we have a Facebook group. So there's a lot there for you, and we will walk with you throughout the entire journey of switching your home and making your home a haven for all who enter, and using essential oils on your babies. Thank you for listening today. Till next time, have a great day. Bye.